feel like 2023 was a very hard year for everybody. A very hard year for everybody. Every single person that I knew or that I spoke to was as if they were living their Saturn return. If you are familiar with astrology language. But I wanted to just introduce myself. I'm Francis, and this channel that I'm doing, it's just dedicated to my nephew, my favorite drummer. My favorite drummers, because my brother is also a drummer, and I have so many friends that are musicians, and we grew up in church, and there's so much that we talk about that, you know, that we don't necessarily feel free to talk about those kinds of things. And it's very hard to find community of faith that where you can actually speak and ask questions and talk about things and you know, and ask the hard questions, you know, have the difficult conversations. And my brother is really happy in Georgia, and my nephew is really happy, and I see what God has been doing in their lives, and you know, I know that in my own relationship with God, I don't consider myself religious, but I am very spiritual, and I am very I have a deep, meaningful relationship with God, and that is very hard to define. It could also be defined as, you know, I'm bilingual. There's so many labels these days, you know? There's so many labels these days, you know, and my respect to the community, to the LGBTQI community. I don't know. I forget how many words because how many letters there are. Just because my brain is bilingual, so I'm constantly having to translate everything that I say, and it's my daily life is just difficult overall. My brain is, and I know I'm neurodivergent. I think it's the term. With Mayim Bialik, I would hope and pray that she could interview me and ask me questions, and you know, we could explore more of this subject. But Enola is just an incognito. It's the origin story of Jean Grey from the X-Men, and since I was young, I loved just movies, films. When I was 9 years old, my first book I ever read was actually Drew Barrymore's Little Girl Lost, and it's interesting how things turn out, you know. But whatever I post here, I'm gonna be curating it. Is that how you call it? Filtering it, I guess. There'll be no filters, but I'm gonna try my best because I know that my nephew is gonna be watching this, and any kid in the future who will be struggling with any kind of mental health issue. So I'm just grateful. It's 6 a.m. I finally wake up 6 a.m. The sunrise is gorgeous. I'm grateful. That's the first thing that I do. I have my routine. I have Atomic Habits before Atomic Habits was a trendy thing. So I guess I'm just now gathering the courage to show up for myself and for others. Because if not, I would be selfish not to share this. And for my Spanish-speaking friends, you're gonna have to aprender some español, some boricuas, because we are both. It's complicated, the situation in Puerto Rico. You know, we're not Americans, but we have our own culture, and it's very hard to identify. So, in my playlist area, you would have a lot of good rappers, which I love. I love rappers. I think rappers tell stories, and you will be able to hear and listen. Learn Spanish if you want to learn Spanish. That's the way I learned English, through music, movies, and film. Film, I said the same thing. Was that redundant? Probably. Oh man, this is gonna sound funny when I edit it. Yesterday was my first day at the doctor, my first doctor's appointment this year, and it was great, just because I was very, I had a good attitude. I was cooperating. I was not being a bitch. And I think I'm ready for just to continue with this journey. I don't know what's gonna happen. I have a podcast lined up with one of my good friends, Sammy. That he's in California right now, and we'll see what happens. As for now, this is all you get. This is all you're gonna get. Enola is inspired by Enola Holmes, which Sherlock Holmes is my favorite character. My favorite stories when I was in my 20s, in my 20s in college, I think. Yeah, I keep forgetting I'm 35. Oh my gosh. It's been 14 years. And today it's been actually 6 months. How much is that? I'm not good with math. I mean, it could seem that I'm good with math, but I'm not. It's been actually 6-7 months that I've been without smoking, like e-cigarette, like vaping. And I think that's one of the hardest things you could ever leave. Harder than sugar, harder than anything. So, I'm celebrating that today, and I hope that if my nephew sees it, he's proud of me. And, yeah. It's, family is everything. Family is everything. And that's all I do for. It's everything that I do for. It's just for them. Just for him. So, yeah. Music has been my healer. Music is my ultimate healer, so I'm gonna try to put subtitles on this in Spanish or in English. I'm not sure how it will turn out, but yeah, this is me, and it's just gonna be a filtered channel for now, an origin story of Jean Grey, or should I say Enola Holmes, which is inspired by me. You guys have a good day, okay?